And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So UConn's will have some work to do after that short return. And there he is. To this team's fans, he is a heroic figure. He is the guy who can lead them to the promised land.
This guy has been in big games, in big moments, and he's delivered for his football team. It never seems like a situation is just too big for him. This obviously is a huge game. I cannot wait to see this guy compete.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Huskies racing to the line in the hurry-up. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. He's going to pass. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Huskies. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. So the Auburn Tigers offense will go to work for the first time. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's complete on the right side. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football. But this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Looking to scramble. He's going to take off. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The Ncaa offense goes back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. The Huskies headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. UConn will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the catch near the 50. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He finds his man. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
On the play. And first down for the offense.
That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll go to the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. They'll try it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Huskies come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Runs into a wall. They'll give him 1 out to the 8. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Ncaa will have to punt it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. He gets a block, and the returner will be knocked down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive.
And the pass is intercepted. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Ncaa will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the...
Picked off. He will...
Pass on 1st down.
Big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Wade. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Give to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Looking to move it through the air. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Ncaa! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. And they get...
On fourth down.
And turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. The offense starts with a short field. They'll start this drive with a pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Wants to fire on second down. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Give to the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
He wants to throw. They're trying to get to him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he's got it inside the 25. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Every single week, defenses know who's going to get the ball thrown to them, but they can't stop him. With that last catch, he now has over 1,000 yards receiving on the air.
This will likely be the last play of the half. He'll set up to throw. He's got his man, makes the grab. Into the house. Touchdown, Auburn!
Man, what a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a 1-score game. Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of everything there in East Hartford. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain, so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Holds it in on the left. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Touchdown.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Alabama is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up by 21 over the Sharks. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drag.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Tigers bringing the heat the way Andre Bruce did back in the day.
Yeah, and they just find those big, nasty, strong, physical guys that can eat up the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. It's one of the staples of these Auburn teams all throughout.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. UConn will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best men?
Your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back?
3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Makes one man miss. And the defense finally makes the stop after the 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on it, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
He's got him, and they convert. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another 1st down. They'll run it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Keep it on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Wide open downfield. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And defense gets the ball back for its own. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back.
Leaves it with the running back. Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score Auburn 21, Ncaa 14.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the shotgun, the inside give. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. UConn quick to the line.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has...
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Lost one deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Auburn! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And he tacked on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
14.
And he's going to try to return this one. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. UConn going back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Wade.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Pressure coming. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Looking to throw it again. And they got him for the sack. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires into traffic, picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them for it.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Trying to make magic with his feet. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quick strike complete.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the ball is intercepted.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Zings it complete to the right. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's going to pass on 2nd down. He's got his man.
And these running backs are used to being split out in high school as a wide receiver, playing 7-on-7 as middle school and high school. You could tell how comfortable he was being a wide receiver near the sidelines. Didn't get nervous at all.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Gets open down the middle. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the 1st down. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
35. UConn 14.
And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The UConn offense goes back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Shotgun snap on third down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to get to him. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage.
Touchdown, Auburn! And the pummeling has started. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5. And they did tack on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Auburn 42. UConn 14.
He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Complete downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Going up top on 1st down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
This is what an elite